Testing, 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 testing. All right, let me make sure the tab switch, and we can get locked and loaded. All right, the tab switch, nice. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let's get into it. We're finna get started now. Yeah, we on to a new week, y'all. On to a new week. Stock market analysis for week of September 22nd through the 26th. Um, yeah, we had a pretty nice bullish week last week on the overall stock market. So we finna be checking out what the rest of this week looking like. I believe this will be the last week of September. Last week of September, so this will be closing our monthly channel. Because that following week we will have the 1st of October and 2nd of October, I believe. Well, no, actually, next week we do got, because we got the 6th is Friday, 7th, 27th is Saturday, 28th. So we got 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week will be the last. So my bad, my bad. Next week is the last week, but either way, we still um are closing in on that monthly counter. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into these stocks and earnings and news to see what we got for this week. And yeah, we gonna have a good week this week, y'all. All right. First thing first, let's go over the news, economic calendar. Go over the economic calendar first. Coming into this week, Monday, September 22nd, 2025, we have really no major news Monday. No major news on Monday. Um, Tuesday, September 23rd at 8:45. Uh, wait, I'm not sure why it says unresponsive. We ain't trying to, maybe because it's trying to keep updating. But Tuesday, September 23rd at 8:45, we have PMI. Okay, okay. We see it says wait. We really don't need anything else. We're just trying to watch this. I'm not sure why I keep saying wait. Give me 1 second, y'all. We might refresh the page since it keeps saying wait. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I know when I start that OBS, it's like it takes so much away from everything. I don't know why. We just want to open a new tab. Might just need to open a new tab. Let's do that. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, it's loading up. We just gotta give it some seconds. Give it some time. We're gonna try to get quickly through this dang economic calendar. I swear it seemed like whenever this economic calendar pulled up with OBS, man, when I say it brings the most lag. So we're gonna try to fly through this economic calendar. Click on this week. And let that load up. All right, like I said, Tuesday, September 23rd, we have 8:45. We got PMI. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. We expect that to be a nice market mover. PMI is always a nice market mover. Oh my goodness, at 11:35. So we got PMI at 8:45. At 11:35 on Tuesday, the 23rd, we got Powell speaking at 11:35. So definitely Tuesday is a big day. Tuesday is a big, big, big day. Not real big day. So be watching out. Be safe on Tuesday, y'all. Be safe on Tuesday. All right, Wednesday. Going into Wednesday, of course, I'm believing whatever Kyle says on Tuesday, it's probably gonna lead into Wednesday. We might see that continuation. But we have new home sales at 9 a.m. and at 9:30 we have crude oil. Y'all know how I feel with crude oil. Sometimes it hits the market, and sometimes it don't really have too much impact on the market, only just for crude oil. But Wednesday, y'all know usually Wednesday is the day that I expect potential pullbacks, reversals. Honestly, after Powell speaking, it might be a continuation day. Um, whatever Powell says, and Wednesday might continue that way. Um, yeah. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, September 25th, we have 7:30 durable goods. GDP at 7:30 and initial jobless claim at 7:30. So Thursday, another big, big, big day. Thursday is another big day. 9 a.m. Thursday, we got existing home sales. Sometimes you give us a spike, not all the time, but sometimes you give us a spike. But Thursday morning, definitely a huge day. After Thursday morning, after 9, it should be smooth sailing after that. Then Friday, oh my goodness. Friday, we got PCE at 7:30. And then we got pretty steady news throughout the day. Nothing crazy, but it is some steady news that can still keep the market volatile. Um, man, we got a jam-packed week this week. Really, Monday, that's the only day we don't really got nothing. But at the same time, y'all know Mondays could be, hey, moving just to show us what the week wanna set up as. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just getting hit back to back to back with heavy news. But definitely the biggest days I see are Tuesday and Thursday. Those are the two biggest days I feel like. Wednesday, I feel like just gonna continue with Tuesday. After whatever Tuesday daily candle end up doing, Wednesday probably continue that direction. Um, if the market wants to do a pullback or reversal, that'd probably be the day. Thursday. Um, Friday, I think it's gonna just do whatever it want to do because it corrects itself. But yeah, we got a very interesting week this week, y'all. I think we can see some nice volatility. Next, let's go into the earnings for the week. Let's get into these earnings for the week. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Earnings for the week. We have give me 1 second, y'all. Make sure the stream's still looking nice because I am getting an error. Let me make sure the stream. Okay. Now, like I was saying, Monday. We had give me 1 second. What's that? Monday. Honestly, For Monday, I don't really see nothing that I'm too familiar with, so I'm not I'm not thinking it's nothing crazy for Monday. Tuesday, pre-market we have AutoZone in the pre-market. We got AutoZone. Aftermarket. Like I said, not familiar with these names, so too I'm not too in the know knowing what might happen. Appreciate it, Nate. Not and too know when it comes to the aftermarket for the earnings. But AutoZone is a known. Wednesday, um, pre-market. What's that? Centers. I'm not sure how you say it, but I'm I'm used to seeing this company. I might check out their chart. Uh, UEC. I'm not too familiar with them either, but I might check them out also for the pre-market on Wednesday. Aftermarket earnings. Mm, yeah, really, this earnings so far the earnings this week, AutoZone and this right here, Cintas. I'm not sure how to say it. Uh, those are the only two that I know, like well-known names. Wednesday evening, I'm not really looking forward to any of these earnings, but we can always check out the charts and see. Thursday pre-market, we got CarMax. Um, we can check out CarMax. They got BlackBerry. I'm not too sure how their charts look, but we definitely check it out. So we got CarMax, BlackBerry. For the pre-market on Thursday. After the close, though, we do have Costco. I do like messing with Costco. I traded Costco after. I think I traded before and after the earnings last time on Costco, and it was a nice trade. So we definitely be checking out Costco. Uh, and after that, like I said, not familiar with the rest of the names on Thursday evening, and not familiar with not on Friday. So not too crazy of an earnings week. Um, I mean, we got a couple names here and there. You'll have to actually do your homework and search into it. MU Micron. I had to. I'm gonna have to see which one is that. Nate, is it up here? Oh, right here, Micron. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Then they said check out Micron. We'll check that one out. Um, like I said, it might be some nice earnings. Like I said, I usually just go with the ones that's well known, or the ones that I already have. It's always good to check out different stocks though, because you never know which one to pop up. Um, but yeah, and then to correlate it with our news this week, like we said, Tuesday gonna be nice big day. Um, so Tuesday it might actually help these Wednesday earnings based on whatever Tuesday comes out to be the news for Tuesday once Powell speak. Um, then I told y'all Tuesday and Thursday is the two big days I said, and what's falling on Thursday at Costco after the market. So we'll be checking them out though. So now let's get into these charts. All right, let's get into these charts. First thing first, y'all know. Should we? Let me see. Do I want to? I mean, we go to SPY first, then we go to ES. All right, let's just delete all of this stuff. Start from scratch, and look, y'all. I'm gonna try to start speeding up my analysis a little bit because I sometimes I'll be wanting to go over more charts than I do, but I'll be kind of taking a little too long on the analysis because I'll be wanting to be well in depth and telling y'all what I'm thinking about it, but I also want to go over multiple charts at the same time. Because I know during the week sometimes I get busy where I can't do a stream every day or every other day. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into it though. Monthly on SPY, starting off with the monthly for SPY. Pretty much like we said last week, SPY already did what it needed to do for the monthly candle. what did it need to do? It needed to retest this high. Because we had green candle closed above that previous month high. We was expecting the September candle to come up and retest this high again to see if it want to keep continuing this upwards momentum, this bullish momentum. But currently, it already did what it needed to do. Now, the only thing that we're looking for a spot to do, are we going to close above the previous candle high, the previous month high? Right now, yes, it looks like we're going to close above it. But y'all know, as y'all seen, we got a jam-packed week this week. When it comes to the economic calendar and all the news, we got a jam-packed week. It very well can push extremely down, like all the way back down to these highs. Right now, if you ask me based on the week we had last week, I'm not thinking that we'll be coming down, but you never know based on that news. So be careful, y'all. Be careful. And it's the closing of the month. We're starting to get to the end of the month. The market gonna try to correct itself and do what it really wants to do, especially towards the ends of the month. But currently, right now, this monthly candle and monthly chart is looking very, very bullish. If we looking at this overall, this the one thing that I do have to say, and I think I mentioned it the last stream, the last market analysis stream for the week. If y'all check this out, what's the last thing we did? We made what? A lower low, and then we made a higher high. If you ask somebody, hey, what kind of market structure is that? If we got a lower low and a higher high, the market is what? Indecisive. It's not too sure if it's trying to um be an uptrend or downtrend. Right now the bulls are in strength. They got the control right now. The bulls have the control. But at the same time, we can't necessarily say, oh, it's all the way completely uptrend. It always still can conflict because what we don't have for uptrend, what do we need to see? Higher high, what? Higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But what's this? Higher high, lower low, but then we got a higher high. So at some point we need to come see another higher low come to let us know we got a strong back on a strong uptrend. We need a higher low to come to followed by another higher high. So at some point this market gonna have to come back down. So just be on the lookout for that. But currently as it sits, still play bullish. Play bullish until the market tells you it's ready to come down. All right. Weekly. And I know I went over a lot with it, but like I said, I'm gonna try to speed it up. Try to speed it up. Now our weekly candles. Looking at this weekly chart for SPY, what did we do for the previous week? We ended up closing green. That's one signal to let us know, hey, we're bullish. Second, we end up closing. Let me zoom in a little bit more because I'm not too sure if y'all can see that. All right. For that previous week, we end up closing green. Good, good, good for the bulls. Also, we closed above the previous week candle. That signs for what? A continuation, to continue to go higher. So we got two things in the bulls' favor right now. Also, we kind of broke out of this pretty much base for this uptrend because this is that higher low. We broke out of it, so it's still the market still can be saying, hey, we want to keep moving up at least a little bit more. It still got a little bit more room that it could keep pushing up. So we got pretty much three things in favor for the bulls on the weekly. We got the green candle, we got the close above the previous week, which signals continuation. And then, like I said, we recently just broke out of this base. This is more recent, but we still can continue going higher, though. We still can continue going higher. So right now, monthly look bullish, weekly look bullish. Let's drop down to the daily. Y'all know this is where we start marking up these charts. All right, daily, daily, daily. You kind of fix this a little bit. All right, for the daily. For the daily, the last candle we had for the daily was what? A green candle. Green candle indicates what? Market is looking for a high. So that's one in the Bulls' favor. Also, we're currently we're in an uptrend. Um, so that's two in the Bulls' favor. One thing I do want to point out that I gotta point out for y'all that we said about on the monthly. What's the last things we did? The last two things we did. We end up making what? A lower low than a higher high. All right, what do that indicate for us? Market is indecisive right now. Not in that it didn't form its trend completely. Yes, overall we're in an uptrend, but we got a lower low here, y'all. Got a lower low, but we got a higher high. What do we need to see? We need to see um a higher low get made and then push into a higher high to solidify that uptrend, or the market needs to what? Make a low, make another high, and then make another lower low to solidify the downtrend. But right now, this lower low and higher high usually indicates potential consolidation for a range or brings us a range. Usually when that happens. But at the same time, like I said, we still supposed to follow the Bulls because what's the last thing we did was make that higher high. So the Bulls are in control. Okay. Now for our daily, let's mark out our target and can't be levels. Target, what are we targeting? This high right here. We want to be bullish. What are we supposed to do? Continue to make what? Higher highs. Our first target is at 664.89 level. Okay. Our can't beat level. What is that? This low, the last low we just made, that got solidified when we made this new higher high. This is the level we don't want to see the market go below as being bulls. Okay. We got the 654.30. That's the level we don't want to see the market come below. Okay. Now, for our bullish trades and bullish entries, our trades must what? Lie within this range between 664.89 and 654.30. All right. So now, for us to look for potential entries, what do we need to see? If we can find any fair value gaps, regular gaps, anything that can show potential bounce to go higher. Okay. For an entry. Right here, I see a slight small gap on this daily. We're going to mark that out. Give me 1 second. It's just a regular gap. This ain't a fair value gap. Regular gap on this daily. Mark that out. And then we see this clear as day fair value gap right here. All right. These are our two lines of defense that we have before the market comes to our can't beat level. Okay. Now, last week, what did we end up doing? Last week, we ended up coming down, breaking through this first gap, and coming to retest this last fair value gap. We came down, retest this last fair value gap, and the market rejected. The market showed you, hey, we do not want to close inside this gap. They used it as a trampoline. It bounced back up to that gap right here that it broke through at the beginning, and ended up closing inside. All right. By doing that, it just let us know, hey, the Bulls telling the market, hey, we're not ready to drop. We're not ready to go all the way back down and start a downtrend. It shows some type of support here, okay? Now looking at this chart, like we said, we're being bullish. We just made our higher high. Green candle occurred. Okay, well, we know the market should not be coming back down here if we want to still, be in this uptrend. Based on the daily, the only way you'll be looking for an entry on the daily if the market comes back to retest this gap here. At this 659.34 level. If the market comes back down here, then that's where you be looking for market structure shift on maybe your hourly or 15 to go back long to come get these highs. But currently, since we just closed green on this last candle, we could see the market just straight push up to them highs. And once it get to these highs at this 664.89, we must see this daily candle close past. If the daily candle don't close above that level, once it comes takes it out, it's not signs for continuation. It's telling us, hey, the market might want to do a slight pullback before going back higher. Okay, it's the same old thing as we always say, y'all. If once this market get up here, it must close past. If it close past, we can see that continuation keep pushing up to possibly those 668 to 690 area. Okay. But based on this day, like we said, this is our range. Getting in right here is not the best choice. That's why I said on the daily, this is not the best spot to enter in. You would much rather have it to come bounce at one of these gaps. Okay. Um, of course, you can go down to the hourly and find potential entries. We can drop down to the hourly if y'all want to see that. All right. On the hourly for a potential entry. Hourly, we're currently what? Pushing up, making a slight uptrend. Making a slight uptrend on the hourly. Pretty much same thing as what you would do with your daily. You'll find your can't beat levels. Can't beat level for the hourly so far is right, right here at what's this low? I gotta move this out the way. We actually will mark it up too, so y'all can see it. 660.37. That's the first level we don't want to see the market go below on the hourly. The second level that we don't want to see the market go below is right here. Right here at this 659.55. If the market breaks them two levels, that's when we expecting that bounce to happen at these gaps, these daily gaps, okay? If you want to take you along at the, when the market opens tomorrow, if you want to take you along when the market opens, you always sit behind them lows, okay? Always sit behind them lows. So say if you was looking to get in over here, right where the market is currently sitting at. First of all, wait till you get your green candle. You always gotta wait on that green candle to let the market tell you, hey, we looking to start moving up. Always wait on that hourly green candle come first. Once you got your hourly green candle, so say like right here, we got this green candle, your stop loss gonna be that most recent low. Whatever that most recent low. So right here, this would have been your stop loss. This low right here of this red candle. And then you'll be looking to aim for the most recent high. So the 664 up here. But for me personally, I'm not gonna be getting in those spies tomorrow. Unless, like I said, unless we somehow come back down to either I will get right here in on this hourly right here, this hourly gap. Let me mark this out. If the market somehow come here, I'll look for a potential entry to go long. If the market comes down to the 662.21 through 661.95, if we see the market come down here, pull down, and we see some market structure shift, we see this support being held up, and I see that market structure shift either on like the 15 or 5 minute, then I'll be looking to go back long to aim for our ultimate target, these highs. That's one entry, potential entry, and then say if the market closed below it and we continue to drop. Right here on that daily gap that we were speaking about earlier, at this 659.30 range, I'll be looking for that market structure shift to go long. Okay? Those are my two potential entries for SPY. Okay? Those are my two potential entries. Either this hourly fair value gap or this daily gap or daily fair value gap. And I'm only looking for I'm only looking for bull trades. Looking for longs. That's it. Only time we looking for them shorts is either when we see, say we see a red candle, green candle, and then another red, and it makes a lower low, then we'll look for the shorts. Well, the only way we'll start looking for shorts once the market structure shift happen on that daily. All right, so that was SPY. I said I'm trying to go quick with it, man. I spend about 10, 15 minutes just on SPY. Well, ES should be a lot quicker. We should be a lot quicker on ES and NQ since it's pretty much gonna be the same setups. All right. All right, let's check out monthly. ES monthly, pretty much like I said, same thing as SPY. It already did what it needed to do. Only thing we trying to see for this monthly is can we close above the previous month high. All right, which is at 65.23 level. Right now it look clear as day bullish. Clear as day. Weekly, same thing. We closed above the previous week's high. That means continuation. Green candle, very little wick. It really look like we should be continue to push. Um, but you always never know. The market could just come take this high and drop. So always be careful. But it's still bullish. We still bullish on the weekly, just as we are on the monthly. Daily. Now, this is the only thing that differs from SPY. SPY on our daily, what do we see? We seen a lower low. On the ES, we do not see lower lows. We just got higher lows. So it's still strong bullish on ES. We don't see no lower lows on ES. All right. First, let's mark out our targets, and then we'll mark out our fair value gap. First target is 67.3150. That's our target for the bulls. Okay. Level to not get beat, which will end up making us switch bears, is 66.11 flat. All right. Since we're bullish, we gotta what? Look for our trade to happen within this range. Okay, between this red and green line. All right. Do we got any gaps within inside them red and green lines? Yes, we do. We got a big gap right here on a daily, just a regular gap, not fair value gap. Market already did once. It already tried to break through the gap, but it failed. Ended up pushing back out, leading us to a high. Do we got any other gaps? No. That's the only gap we got on the daily. So if we get any red count on the daily, this is where we looking to get in at. This is where we expecting that reversal at this 661.25 through 66.2350. All right. This is where, if we somehow get a red count on daily, this is where we're looking for that bounce. Or if we just somehow start dropping, this is where we're looking for that bounce to go back higher to take that high out. Okay? Same thing with SPY. Once we take this high, we must see that whatever daily count, I don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day come take this high, it must close past to let us know continue going higher. Continue to look for them longs. Okay? If it take the high and it closed green but failed to close above the high, expect a slight pullback and then a retest of them highs. If it take that high and turn red, or it take the high and we end up getting a red candle the next day, then expect what market's gonna come down, do its pullback, or potentially reverse if it come make a lower low. All right. But currently, based on this daily, other than just jumping straight in longs when the market opens, daily don't really got no signal. It's just saying, hey, we should be just going up. So you really ain't got no entry on the daily until it comes back down to that daily fair value gap. On the hourly, let's check this hourly out real quick. Hourly. Currently, this hourly where our levels that we don't want to see the market beat. Let's mark this out right here at 66.70.25. Don't want the market to go below there. And then these are like faint levels. Of course, we don't want them to go below these levels, but this is where the actual structure will get broken once it break that low. But of course, this low, and this low. So the 66.79, 50, 66.87.25, and then 60, 67, 12, 25. I'll mark this most recent one, but the other two I'm not gonna mark because I just don't like my chart having too many lines on it. But I'll mark this one since it's the most recent one. So 67, 12, 25. All right. On the hourly, potential entries. We can get in right here on this hourly gap, a retest of this gap. As y'all can see, we broke out, made this gap. This was a what? Breakaway gap. Because we never came and retested it yet. Y'all see that? We never retested yet. So that's a breakaway gap. If the market somehow switch back to a downtrend, then it might come and retest this gap right here. All right. Currently right now we also got another fair value gap. Let me zoom in because it might be hard to see this one. Right now, I don't know if y'all can see it. We got a fair value gap right now that we're trying to respect. Market failed to close below this fair value gap. As y'all can see, it came in, broke out, tried to do the retest failed, ended up coming back inside the gap, closed inside the gap, but failed to close below the gap. And y'all know what's my rule. When it come touch one side of the gap and it can't close past, what it's gonna do? Go back to the other side of the gap. So that's what it did. It came back to the other side of the gap, but of course, it's pushing out the gap right now. If we can take this high right here, that'll be a higher high for that market structure shift. As long as we take this high and close past, then I'll be looking for it to push up to these highs. But a nice entry on here, you could have got a nice entry already, was when it closed, when this hourly candle right here closed inside but failed to close below. You could have took a loan back up to the top of this box. Now, like I said, this part right here is, hey, you would have took that risk of holding it after it touched the top of the box. You would have been, up on the trade even more. But our rule is just to get to the other side of the box. So we probably would have been out once it got here. But like I was saying, for the hourly entries, potential entries, it can be a break and retest of this level of 67, 16, 25. If we break, retest it, and fail to close inside, and once soon we get that next green hourly candle, take the loans back up to this high, okay? So this is what we looking for. If this hourly close out, or we get, even if we do it in the morning, if we get an hourly candle close outside this fair value gap, retest, then we aim for them highs, okay? Same thing, if it fail and it breaks below here, we're gonna wait on it to come down to this fair value gap. We're gonna wait on it to tap inside, get us a close outside, retest, take it up. You could take it up to this first fair value gap, but if it push past it and close above, we can keep holding, wait on that break and retest, and then keep holding all the way to them ultimate highs, okay? So those are potential entries on the hourly. Of course, we got fair value gaps down here too, but we just gonna use these close ones right now until they break. All right, that's for the hourly though. Like I said, the daily we only got one gap, so we only got one shot. Soon it turn red. Hey, that's the only shot for us to bounce. It's gonna have to bounce there, or the market's gonna drop and switch to a downtrend. All right, NQ, NQ, and QQQ. Let's go over them too. All right, QQQ. Y'all, I was eating. What's so crazy? I don't even trade QQ like that, but last week, cause I don't trade QQQ and NQ crazy, but the last 2 weeks, y'all, I've been trading NQ and QQQ and been eating pretty nice. Just because every time we kept getting on these charts, y'all see every Sunday we've been saying, dang, NQ and QQQ got way more room than ES. So we just been trading those more than we've been trading SPY ES lately for some reason. And the only reason I never really trade QQQ and NQ like often was just because when I first ever learned how to trade, it was on SPY and regular stocks. So I'm just so familiar with those. All right, monthly for QQQ. pretty much same thing as ES. It already finished out its job. It already came and retested these highs. Now it's trying to see, can we close above these highs? Can we close above 583.32 for the monthly? Weekly did its job also. It came and took this previous candle high. It closed past it. That's signs for what? Continuation. So I do expect us to keep going higher. Only way I don't expect it is like we somehow gap down and stuff like that. But and oh my goodness, yeah. And Q got some. Look at this, y'all. If this was a consolidation range, we literally just broke out of it. Y'all see that? We just broke out. So just like imagine this, if it's a drawing and we got an uptrend, y'all imagine this. Drawing with an uptrend. That's like we just did our pullback and we just got the breakout, right? Well, most times if we trending, what it's gonna do? It's gonna have an expansion. You see that? So right here, more times than not, if we was consolidating here and we finally got this breakout, more times than not, if it want to keep this trend, we gotta have a little bit more expansion away from that previous counter low. Previous structure low. So we need a little bit more push. So we possibly can see QQQ pushing a little bit, y'all, squeezing at least to like 610s, 610s, 615, 620 area. Before it start trying to come back down. It very well could just be pop out here and then just straight drop. You know what I'm saying? But if it really want to stay in this uptrend, it's probably gonna span at least to like that I'd say like 613, 615 at least. All right. I just noticed that because on ES and SPY they wasn't as it had a little bit more straight line. It was more just moving straight up like that. Where NQ and QQQ or QQQ right now since we're looking at it, it kind of had a little consolidation before it just pushed up. So it built some momentum a little bit. But that's just something I'm thinking about. Let's go to the daily. Let me delete this. Daily, daily, daily. And it's also make it easier for us to know our can't beat level on the weekly is right here at 558.84. So it's a lot. To me, it looks based on how the chart, it looks a lot closer than ES is. So it might be QQQ and NQ week again, y'all. We might be messing with them again for the futures and options. All right, daily, daily, daily for QQQ. First thing first, we see what uptrend. QQQ. It's not like SPY, so I guess SPY the only one that did it. SPY has that lower low. QQQ, we got all higher lows. All higher lows. So SPY literally the only one that got the lower low. Lower low with the higher high. Let's mark out our can't beat level, which will be I gotta turn my magnet back on. Can't beat level on QQQ is 584.37. We don't want to see the market go below there. We want to stay bullish. All right. Our level to beat is 600.05. All right. That's our target. We know what? Our trade must be within this range. We see what? I think we see two gaps on QQQ. No fair value gaps, but we do see two regular gaps. We got one right here that hasn't been retested yet. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I meant to change the color. Change it to red for the daily. All right, we got that one gap there. And then we also had this gap, which was retested. This one did get retested, and it led us to our high. All right. So we got two lines of defense to keep us bullish. based on this daily, like pretty much like everybody else, no real true entry. Um, Only way you can get an entry on this daily is if we somehow get a red candle and start coming back down to this gap at 592.96. Okay, based on the daily. Right now we're in the higher high part. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. We in the higher high part. Only way you want to get on daily is if we get some type of pullback. Like I said, you could take a B plus trade. It's not an A plus trade when you taking breakouts. It's always B plus trade. But that's only if we take this high and close past the high. We take that high and close above it. Hey, you can take you along. Try to ride a wave as much as you want and get out. But you can't ride away too long because it can just straight drop for its pullback. But that's a B plus trade. If you want that A plus trade, you gotta wait on it to come back down. You gotta wait on it to come back down that daily. Or you can go to the lower time frame and find entries. On the hourly for QQQ for potential entries, our can't be level on the hourly is 595.03. Right here, I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna mark all of them. 595.85, 597.91, and then 598.90. Those are our can't beat levels on the hourly. All right. Potential entry points on QQQ. We got a fair value gap here at 597.91, ranging all the way down to 597. What's the bottom part? 597. Look like 34. I can't see it good. Oh, 54. 597.54. We can look for a potential bounce there. We currently are at one fair value gap, kind of like how we were for ES. We're currently at this gap. We could see a break. Well, we already got the break. We could see a retest and then go up to the highs. That can be a potential entry. And then, of course, we got regular gaps down here, or it can come bounce on these dailies. All right. That's QQQ. Let's go over NQ, and then we can get into some stocks, y'all. Go get into some stocks. And I know it's tedious and the same thing over and over and over because ES, and like I tell people all the time, ES SPY is the same thing. QQQ and NQ the same thing. It's just one is continuation of the other. So it might seem like, dang, we doing the same type of analysis for these four different charts, but they dang near all the same. But just in case some people are trading futures and some people trading options, I want to go over both. So sorry if it seemed like, oh, we going over the same thing. Dang, look at this NQ monthly. Oh my goodness. All right, NQ monthly, pretty much same thing as QQQ. It already did its job. We want to see if it can close past the previous month's high. Weekly, same thing, close above. So that's continuation. Daily, daily. Close above, continuation signal. Okay, so we should be coming to take these highs. So that's our target. We should be coming to take these highs. Let's mark that target. Target is 2488, 888 flat. Can't be level 24 242 flat. All right. Our trade, bullish trade, should be within what this range. We got one fair value gap. This fair value gap. And then we got a regular gap, which already been retested. Now, one can say this retest failed. This retest did fail. So market always can come back and try to retest it better. Because a true valid retest is when the candle don't close inside and it don't close below. So it always can come back and retest. All right. But we got two lines of defense on NQ. All right. Hourly. And also the daily was a no entry based on that chart. Hourly can't beat level on NQ is literally this level. Let me delete that line because it's literally this box. The first level is 24,655. Second level is second can't be level is 24,708. Next 24,795.50, and then next is 24,826.75. We're gonna mark that last one. All right. Potential entries on the hourly. Y'all see we currently are at this fair value gap. If we get a break and retest, you can get in longs. It's just gonna be real short longs though, because y'all see how close we get to them highs. So you better be ready to get in and out. We got this potential bounce at 24,795.50. All right, that's potential entry. And then of course our daily fair value got our potential entries. All right, now we're finally done with QQQ, ES, SPY, and NQ. All of them we looking bullish. All of them are already very, very close to their targets. Look like their targets gonna get taken out. So you might not get these entries down here because it look like the target's already finna get taken out. Now let's go check out. Actually, we're gonna go to gold first, then we're gonna go to the stocks. Y'all, my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention gold. Alright, gold. Let's go to regular gold because that's what I traded Friday was regular gold. And I already kind of did my analysis on gold when I was trading live Friday. Let's delete it. Delete all this. Man, look at this. This gold, y'all. Literally, I caught them at 3.6. Where I was at. I got in right here. And y'all seen it. We showed y'all it Friday. $1,500, but we ain't, that was a nice trade right there on that gold. Yeah. Let's go to the monthly. Monthly for gold. Now I didn't do this type of analysis. I ain't go this far back on gold Friday. Ooh, gold already did what it needed to do. Retest these highs. And look, yeah, it retest these highs. So as long as it close above, it should continue to go higher. Come on now, what's going on? Them lagging now. Exit this. Alright. We already did what we need to do. We just trying to see if we can close past this high. If y'all notice, what it look like it's leaving behind? A fair value gap. That's nice. We like to see that fair value gap get left behind. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, we could have caught this whole thing in gold because once it dipped down and soon you see that market share shift, already in my head I'm thinking, dang, we might be trying to leave a fair value gap. Instantly in my head, that's what I'm thinking. Every time, because whenever chart candles go, one or two things gonna happen. Either it's gonna, if say if it's we see signs of fair value gaps getting made, it's gonna either try to come clear this range, to not bring the fair value gap, which shows you, whenever it clears that range and don't have a fair value gap, it's trying to tell you, hey, this is not gonna be the crazy explosive move. Whenever you get them a fair value gap, it's gonna be an explosive move every time because that fair value gap is supposed to be a line of defense. So that means once it leaves that fair value gap, the market is trying to push away real quick. It's trying to push away real quick because it wants that to be that line of defense. So when the market come back down, now we got something to test. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I start picking up on when it comes to these fair value gaps. Whenever you see like, oh, like say if you see this big wick, right? And then that second candle push real hard and it leaves a nice little range. Always watch that third candle. Watch that third candle carefully, y'all. If you see it come down and it come take this high, a lot of times, if once it finna take this high, it's finna push real hard. You finna see a quick move to the upside. Especially if it's like towards the end of that candle closing and it finally come take this high, it's finna push hard just because since it left that fair value gap, that means it's still in this uptrend, so it's gonna keep pushing this uptrend. It gotta make room for what market starts to shift for it to switch to a downtrend to come retest this gap. So I it's probably a lot for some of y'all, but it's something I'll start peeping, y'all. That's some game right there. That's some game right there. But other than that, main thing, monthly look bullish, y'all. As long as we close above this high. All right, weekly. Weekly. See, like right here, y'all see this weekly where this fair value gap got set. See how it slightly came down. Look how big it pushed up. You see that? A lot of times that's what happens when the fair value gaps get set. They see a quick move to the upside. Um, weekly, we closed green, but what did we do on here? We closed green, but we failed to close above the previous high. So only thing with that is we potentially can pull back before trying to go test some highs. But as we can see, we look like we gapped up from the close. So we still can see a pullback, but it might not go as far down as we thought. It can just pull back slightly, but I do expect these highs um to get retested. Okay. My biggest thing that I want to see for this weekly is I want to see us close above this not this week, y'all. Only once we take these highs, then I'm looking to close above them highs. But my biggest thing is I want to see gold close above this high because we failed to close above it last week. See that? This high right here of 3715.2. That's the level we want to see. And I'm gonna actually mark this up because this is the level that we want to see gold close above. I'm gonna put must close above to keep going long, okay? I'm gonna put weekly, week, must close above. I'm telling y'all, watch how gold react at this level at this 3715.2 level. It must close above there. If we come down there, y'all, if gold somehow come back down there this week, get in them loans. I'm gonna tell y'all now, get in a light loan, just because if it do fail to close above here, it's finna drop all the way down to this fair value. But or even to this gap. But it's not a bad trade to go real light on gold and take that long, man. Because if it close above here, we might see gold shoot up to like 3750, 3760s for that following week. Okay, so maybe I'll say Thursday or Friday. Look for that gold, y'all. Look for that gold. Because if it close above for this week, if next week we gold finna shoot up crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all now. And remember I told y'all that if this week close above this level, we gonna shoot up to like 3750, 3760. 100%. I'm telling y'all, it's 100% guaranteed. Actually, I'm gonna say 98%. Because if somehow we gap down below it, like say we close above it, but somehow we gap below it, that's the only way it's gonna go down. All right, daily. This is our analysis part. Okay. All right, looking at the daily, we got higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, potentially higher low. We got to make a higher high, okay? Uh, can't be level right here. This is our light red, just because it's not solidified yet, but we don't want the market to go below because we expecting this to be our higher low. We're expecting it, but it's not solidified until what? We make that higher high. So 3660.5. We don't want to see the market get below, but it's still okay if it don't. Now, this level is a solidified level. 3651 flat. That's the level that's our can't beat level. That's the level we don't want the market to go below. Okay? Target, of course, these highs, which is 37.44 flat. Do we got any fair value gaps? Yes, we do. We got one. We only got one fair value gap. So be careful with gold. You might see gold. Gold can do a couple different things, honestly. And I'm gonna tell y'all which one I think it more favors. But gold could either push up and take these highs at the 37.43. We can see a slow grind up. This is daily. Okay. Slow grind up to them highs. We can see a strong push down to these lows. Or we can see gold consolidate. Okay? Gold can consolidate this week just to stay around this key level right here that I told y'all on the weekly that we must close above. It can literally consolidate to try to stay right next to it. You know what I'm saying? It can just barely go below it, barely come above it, barely go below it, just until all the way to the last of the week. And then it'll probably move whichever way it's trying to go. To me, if I had to say what's the most likely thing to happen, I'm gonna first say the consolidation method that I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking gonna be the most likely, just because it's literally already sitting close to it. And a lot of times the market don't like just giving out free money all the time. Sometimes they like to stall people out, so it might try to just hover around this area. So I'm not gonna be surprised if we see a red candle for gold tomorrow, and then see another green candle, and another red candle like that. Um, that's my first guess. My second guess is gonna take these highs because we already bullish. You know what I'm saying? We already bullish. That's my second guess. That's so in order of most likely to least likely. Consolidation, my most likely being bullish, second likely. Then third is we just drop real hard and come take these lows. All right. But based on this chart, we supposed to be what? Bullish. We got what? Higher high, higher low, higher high. This potentially new higher low. Soon we get our first green. What we supposed to do? Get in a long. First green, you supposed to be in long. Aiming for these highs. Okay. Stop loss supposed to be this ball. All right. On the daily, potential entry could be a retest of this daily fair value gap at 3711.8. So we already got the breakout. We just need some type of red candles to get in the mix and then see that retest of this gap. So when we tap this gap, that first green candle you see, getting it along, take it for them highs. Okay? And honestly, when it comes to gold, we just gonna do it for the daily. We wanna rest of these stocks and everything, y'all. We just gonna do our analysis on the daily. We ain't gonna go down to the hourly unless it's like my favorite ones like Meta and stuff. Alright, so that's our analysis for gold. Okay. Now let's get into some stocks, man. It's been a little while. Let me see some. Give me a second. Yeah, the game, the Chiefs already started playing and everything. But let's go to Meta. Start off with the big dog. Big dog Meta. Meta been chilling lately, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, Meta ain't been really doing anything crazy these past couple days. Really, it been CrowdStrike moving and stuff like that. Do we want to delete it? Because I think last week we did not delete our stuff. But we're gonna delete it this week. We're gonna delete everything for Meta. I think last week we kept Meta chart how it was, because we was like Meta ain't really doing nothing. But we gonna delete it this week. Alright, monthly for Meta. Ooh. Ooh, Meta. Y'all know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Meta could show me some love right here. If we can somehow push down, if we can somehow push down on Meta and come tap this, what's this? What's this counter open? If we can come tap 760.73 and still manage to close above 760.73 on the monthly, boy, I'm finna swing some Meta long. I'm telling y'all. I mean, I still probably swing some metal alone, but that'll be A plus 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 plus. If it can come down to 760, 73, and then by the end of the month, just close above 760, 73. Boy, I'm taking them loans. What's that, 790? Boy, I'm taking loans at 800. I'm telling you, it really gonna go past 800. If it do what I just told y'all, come to 760 to 760, 73, and close above it, boy, Meta probably gonna run up to at least probably around this 840, 850 easily. Easily. I mean, it really, I ain't gonna lie, Meta might just go on a 2, 3 month run and go hit almost 900 in 2, 3 months. I'm gonna tell y'all now. If we can do that right now, how it's sitting up, like how Meta looking right now, yeah, it probably can just come hit 800, maybe 810, 820. But we really gonna have to see if we can close past that high. But if it come down here, 760, 73, and close above, oh no, it just built so much momentum. Boy, that motherfucker run straight up to the 830s, 840s. Easily, man. Easily. So I ain't gonna lie. Since we got a lot of heavy news, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I sure would like if Meta come down to 760, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it can, boy, that'd be beautiful. But we looking at this Meta monthly. Uh, as we can see, it's bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high. We got our red candle that's telling us we're looking for a low. It potentially can be a higher low, but it can also be a lower low. You know what I'm saying? If we get market share shift, it can lead us to the lower low. Currently, this monthly looking bullish. It don't even look like it's trying to go down no lower. If this monthly close green, y'all know what? What's our style loss supposed to be the bottom of this green candle, which is 721.73. Target supposed to be the high of this red candle, which is 796.25. Um, yeah, Meta look, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely either way. How Meta do? I'm swinging Meta to the high as long as it closes green for the month. I'm swinging it. Only way I probably hesitate if it come close below 760, 73, then I might hesitate on the loans because we might consolidate a little bit. But other than that, if it closes above 760, 73, y'all, I'm swinging Meta alone, at least up to these highs for sure. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, Meta, if it can somehow come down there, boy, that mother can run easy to done 830s. I'm gonna just say 830 be safe, but I really can see it hitting 850 if it do that weekly. And I'm talking about do it in. I can see it doing it within 2, 3 months. Weekly. Of course, the weekly is bullish. Can't beat level on the weekly. First level is 691.65. Second level is dang. Oh, that was 2, 3 weeks ago. Okay. I was say, dang, it was definitely a good entry right here. Second level that can't beat is 721.73. Um, and then that's another thing. This a can't be level, but this will be our light pink level. This will be our red level. So technically, this is just the level we don't want to see it go below. And also, this level here is the level we don't want to see it go below, which is 743.76. All right. Honestly, this weekly look like we can either consolidate or go to these highs. It don't look like we coming down right now. Um, daily. Jump to the daily. Now this is where we mark up our chart. We mark up our chart. All right, on can't be level on Meta. This is the true can't be level right here, y'all. Let me see what's this level. 691.65. 691.20. Okay, right there. 691.20 is a true can't be level. Alright. Now these levels here, they not the true can't be levels, but they still levels we don't want to see the market get below to keep our bullish bias. So one right here, 721.73. We're gonna mark that up. Pink line, whatever color you want to call it. We don't want to see market go below there. Don't want to see market go below 743.76. And then that's it right now. If we get a green candle, then we can set it at the low of these reds right here. But we gotta wait on the green candle to come first. All right. Target. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgot to say target. My bad. First target, of course, is these highs at 790.80. First target. Second target is, of course, the all-time highs. 796.25. We got two targets. Okay. Potential entry. We don't got no Ferrari gap there. Don't got one here. Is that one? That look like it's one slightly. Barely. They try to hide this one, but we caught it. They try to hide it. Yup, that's one. They try to hide it. They be trying. I'm telling y'all, I gotta watch out. They be trying to be sneaky with this stuff. But we got one daily fair value gap there. Like I said, I think that's the only one we got one right here too. I mark this one just because it's above the level we don't want to see it go below. But I'm not finna go mark all of these, y'all. Even though I know our actual can't be level all the way down, I'm not finna mark all of those right now. Alright. So based on data, these are two potential entry points on the daily. On Meta, we already got potential entry. Y'all know with ES Spy, we kept saying, no, ain't no entry. We already got a potential entry on here. All we need to see is one green candle. One green candle. That's all we need to see. One green candle above this fair value gap. Even if it don't close above this fair value gap. If you just see a green candle, I'm gonna tell y'all that's a B plus trade. Just get in on the green candle. Style up at the bottom of these reds. Aim for this high at 790.80. A better A plus trade is if we get a green candle which breaks above this fair value gap, potential retest, then go long, aim for 798. All right. We easily can just see the market just push straight up though. It could just come straight and take the high, just make a new high with a green candle. So be on the lookout for that. Meta could just open up and push straight up, literally push straight up. So be on the lookout for that. But I definitely like Meta. Especially, literally, whatever the first green count, I definitely like Meta for the first. Soon it turn green, I'm thinking just shoot straight up. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I think it's just gonna shoot straight up after you get his first green count on a daily. Like I said, we potentially can retest this, but we might just shoot straight up and take this 790. Yeah. So that's our analysis for Meta. Like I tell you, I ain't finna go down to the 1 hour and stuff for these stocks. We just gonna do an overall general what we looking for these stocks. Okay. So Meta looking good. I like Meta, y'all, especially for a swing for the next 2-3 months. Meta look beautiful for the next 2-3 months. Like when I tell y'all Meta look like it's just gonna break out of this. It's gonna be the base, y'all. It's gonna be the base, and then we're gonna get the expansion. And that expansion, I'm telling y'all, that expansion can easily come to this 830s to 850. It's the base right here. So I'm liking Meta for, like I said, because it turned green here. We definitely finna come take these highs. So that's what I'm saying. You could definitely at least just swing it to the highs. If we close green. Really, like I'm saying, literally this is the last week. Y'all can literally go buy just a 1 month contract for Meta alone. As long as, like I said, as long as like next Monday, as long as we look like we still gonna be green and sitting above, gonna close green, go on ahead. And if we ain't already take the high, I say go on grab a meta long, at least for a month or two, and just aim for this high. If you just only looking to get your quick bread, just aim for the high. But if you can get some money to hold for 2-3 months, boy, aim for 830. I'm telling y'all, aim for 830. Okay. All right. So we got Meta out the way. Let's go to Nvidia. We got Nvidia. Nvidia monthly. Nvidia did not do. It did not do its job yet. So Nvidia still got work it's supposed to do. What's Nvidia job? Come retest these highs. Has it done it yet? No, it hasn't. It hasn't retested these highs. Only way the reversal probably gonna come is once we get our first red month. But right now it don't look like we getting our red month, so it's still saying, hey, we still on our mission to come retest these highs. Okay. Um, the monthly, I definitely see it bouncing off this fair value gap, but we don't count that as our retest unless we had a red candle. It's just bouncing off the fair value gap. Weekly. We made a lower low. Look like we finna go make a higher high now to cause that confusion. Y'all know the market like making that confusion. Look like we finna go push to make the higher high. Weekly looking bullish, especially after closing green and above that monthly gap. It look like we finna push. Okay, I don't know what this box is. This definitely. I think this was me predicting that it might leave a gap, but it sure didn't leave a gap. I think I marked that on Monday. But no, it might be because we on a weekly. My bad. But weekly green candle, I expect us to come test these highs at 180.30. Then if we can hold the bottom highs, come on up to this all time high at 184.47. Daily. Mark these dailies up. Daily. Can't be level. We probably don't even got to draw nothing on here because it's like the same thing. Can't be level is 164.06. Then our light level that we don't want to see the market get below is 168.41. So we're gonna put it there with the light pink. Okay. Of course, we see the daily gap. Easy to see, daily gap. We got multiple daily gaps within inside it, but we're gonna take the one that's overtaking all of them. Got that daily gap. Do we got any other? Don't look like we got any other gaps or anything in the way. So that's what I'm saying. I think we probably finna just shoot straight up, y'all. It all depends on it all depends on this. If we get a red candle, that we gotta watch for this retest, okay? We gotta see that retest because that retest coming. So say we turn red up here, the market is going to come back down to this. What's that? 175.46. It's going to come down here because it's gonna retest it. Once that retest come, hey, the first green candle you see that close above, go long. But you gotta be careful with that retest because that retest, that's gonna pretty much give us, hey, this our last chance to, stay going down. If it gives us that red candle, be careful because it can very well just push straight back inside here and close inside. To consolidate or to switch to a downtrend. But that's in the event of seeing a red candle. Right now we in greens. We got multiple greens closed out. This is where I'm probably leaning a little bit more too. We might see all greens and just go straight up to the high. Just because, like I told y'all, we don't got no other gaps to the side. This is literally the last line of defense for shorts to stay, in short. And it's already breaking the range of the short. I mean, breaking the range of this gap. So it's like, it kind of killed the Bears momentum by closing back above here. Yes, the market did reject right here at this area, but it was more based. This was more just off of resistance level. It was more off of resistance level, not off gaps. So I kind of think we gonna just keep pushing straight up. Um, but like I said, we see our first red, then expect that retest, y'all, to go higher. Okay? When you see our first red and you up here at 180, do not be holding your contract. I'm gonna tell you now. Only way I say, if you see a red and it's above, what's this high? If a red candle occurs above 180.28, then you probably can hold your contract. If we get any red candle below that, get out, take your money, and wait on this retest. All right? That's what I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Now targets for the daily, of course, is this first high at 178.03, second high at 178.88, third high at 180.35, and then eventually our all-time high. Okay, that's NVIDIA. Next, let's go to Tesla. We're gonna give y'all two more after Tesla, and then we're gonna call it a night, okay? Two more. We got two more left, man. We calling it a night. Well, I'm gonna say one more after this, cause I'm just gonna go over CrowdStrike, and then we're gonna call it a night for the night, okay? I kind of do want to look at them. Do we got earnings tomorrow? Oh, we ain't really got no crazy earnings. But we're gonna look at what Nate was talking about, that Micron. Let me go ahead and add it. Oh, I'm gonna add it when I get done because I don't want to make it late. We're gonna check out that Micron tomorrow, y'all. And see what that chart looking like. Or or should we look at it tonight? Because the market could try to move real quick tomorrow, and Micron entry probably be too late by the time I try to get in. Um, but I usually want to play it after the earnings. Sometimes it's before earnings, but usually after. Micron. I mean, look at me. See, I got Nate. You got Micron over mine, man. Tesla. Tesla. Monthly. Tesla monthly already did its job. It took its previous candle high. It looked like we're gonna close past the high. We took this high also. Look like we're gonna close past this high. Tesla really on the move, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Tesla like it's an easy run to 480s. You know what I'm saying? Tesla look like it was on an easy little run. At least well, hold up. Tesla could reject here. My bad. I said 480. Tesla could come up to around 440s and then reject. I say Tesla like it's easily to get to 440s. That's what I'm gonna say. Like it easily get to 440. Now it could reject it no 440 though, but easily look like it's gonna go to 440. On the monthly, got that higher low, higher high. This potentially new higher low right here. Um, Dang, I don't know how I ain't see this. No, I think I seen it. This potentially a new higher low right here though. Only if it take this higher high out. Okay. But right now, like we said, Tesla already did its job. It's currently above both these highs. It just got to close past them. Weekly. I tell y'all, Tesla can easily go to 440s, y'all. Easy go to 440s. Weekly. Tesla is moving in the uptrend right now. Uh, the low that we don't want to see, the last true low we got for Tesla is, dang, it's all the way down here. But hold up. When Tesla was that low? Well, that's years ago. I'm tripping. high. Oh no, that is the true low. That is the true low. Cause look, high, low. This the lowest point. That's the highest high. That is the true low. But definitely don't think Tesla can go to $99 though. So, weekly levels we don't want. This is levels we don't want to see since the last true low was all the way over there. Levels we don't want to see it go below is, of course, this lowest point. What's that? 214.25. The next lowest point we don't want to see go below is 273. What did I say? 273.21. And we don't got no level right here. We ain't got no lows right here. So literally one red candle could push us down. You know what I'm saying? One red week could just drop us, which I don't like because if our last low is all the way down here, literally we could just drop. But like I said, that monthly look bullish though. That monthly look bullish. Weekly look bullish too. Hold up, let me go back to the weekly. My bad. Let's go back to this weekly just so we can point this out. Weekly is looking bullish too. It's a green candle. That's bullish. And we closed above what? This previous high. This was a lower high right here. We closed above it. Look like we're gonna attempt to come take this high. What we just said. What we just said on the month. We just said it can go to 440 easy. It look like we finna come attempt to take this high at 439.74. Okay. Only thing I'll say. Let me see if it closed inside this or not. Let's see. I can't see. What's this? Close was 426.50. Where did this close at? This closed at 426.07. Yeah, so it closed inside this little area where there's red and green overlap. So we could see some pullback. It can pull it if it wants to. We could see pullback all the way down to 406. Was that the low of this? Yeah, 406.58. So right here, let me mark this up so y'all can see. We can see this right here. Since it failed to close outside of it on the weekly, we could see potential. It's just potential. Market could just say, hey, we ain't finna go all the way down there and just push straight up. But it potentially can range inside here between this 426 50 and 406.58. So I'll always be on the lookout for that. But once it takes this high of this weekly candle, I don't think it's gonna come down no more. Once it takes the high of this weekly candle, we should push up to this 439 level we was talking about. Once it takes this previous week high. But that's the weekly. I know we do our charting on the daily. I just wanted to show it looks bullish. Looks bullish on Tesla on the monthly and the weekly. Now we finally on this daily. Let's mark out these targets over here on this side just because I'm not gonna be zooming in and out every time. This a target, this high, which is 439.74. That's the level we was talking about. Next target on Tesla will be this high, which is 464.33. Next target will be this high, which is 488.54. And then, of course, our very first target is what? Take these highs down here that we at. That 432.22. Like I told y'all, once it come take this 432.22, I don't think we finna come back down. I think we just gonna go straight up to that 439. Once we take that high. I don't think we, like I said, I don't think we come back down on Tesla. Soon it take 432.22, we should be moving straight up to 439. If it want to move down, it's gonna have to do it before it get to that 432. So it had to do it like Monday, Tuesday. Come on down, then go up. Actually, that weekly range that I drew, I might actually need to put it back on because if we do somehow come down on Monday and stuff, once it get close to the bottom of that range, I will be looking for the long to push all the way back up to 439. All right. So I might go, but yeah, we're gonna go. Let's go back to that weekly and mark that up, y'all. Because in the event the market want to come down on Tesla, this will be a nice If we can come down in this range, possibly tap the bottom of it. If we can see some market structure shift or see a green candle after tapping the bottom of this, taking that long back up would be nice. We gotta do this with purple. Y'all know purple our weekly. Alright. Let's go back to the daily. Okay, daily. Of course we're bullish. Levels. Our target, we already got that mark at 432.22. Our level to not beat on the daily is first, this right here, 402.43. Don't want to see the market go below there to keep us bullish. Second level, second level is the bottom of this red candle. And we get, it's a pink line because we got to make another high. 416.56. We don't want to see Tesla go below there. If it go below there, it's still fine though. It's still keeping us bullish. As long as it don't come below this low right here at 402.43. Now for the fair value gaps, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It probably is a fair value gaps all the way over here, but oh, it's right here. Y'all lucky. I finna say I ain't finna go that far back. I'm gonna wait till my key levels get hit. But y'all lucky, I able to see one. I mean, it wasn't that far back. Come on. So we got a fair value gap right here at 415.75. 415.75 going down to 411.88. Currently, it look like we broke out. Got our break. We got our break. I don't count that as my retest because we did get our red candle. But after our red candle, what I'm supposed to see? I'm supposed to see it come down again. So me personally, I'm not counting it as my retest. That's why I'm thinking we probably finna just come take these highs. We probably gonna take that high because we just got a green candle. We might take the high. We could see that drop and do our retest, and that'll be perfect. That'll work perfectly out for us because what? That retest to come on this fair value gap. What we said, we wanted it to come down for us to get a little better entry to end up taking it back up to that 439 right here. So either way, really Tesla. Either way, you can get in Tesla long. One entry is once we take 432.22, look for them longs to go to 439. Or if we come down, look for that bounce of 415.75 to go long, or potentially the bottom right here. This will be the A plus 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 trade. We somehow can get down to 406. If we somehow come down to 460s, that's the A plus 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 trade on Tesla. We come down there, and like I said, that's the only thing though. We can't close below it. We close below it for the weekly is game over though. If we somehow come down there and that weekly candle fail to close below there, I'm telling y'all, watch it bounce all the way up to 439 easily. All right. So yeah, that's Tesla. Like I said, entry either at breakup 432.22 or potential bounce on this fair value gap, or potentially at the bottom of this weekly gap. Or this a weekly order block. It ain't no gap. Alright. Last one we gonna go over is CrowdStrike. Then we gonna call it a night, y'all. Let me see what the get score of this game is real quick. My bad. I just gotta see. Cause I show going through the game. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to watch this game. Okay, Chiefs up by 6. Giants. Okay. And then look at this, y'all. I got dang Fibonacci's and everything drawn on here. That was because I went on the trail and was walking. Man, I didn't even know my phone was unlocked, and it started drawing all kind of stuff on my chart. But let's delete this. Delete. Actually, do we want to delete this? Let me see if we got other targets set. We probably don't even. Yeah, we can delete. We just delete. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Man, when I tell y'all CrowdStrike was what beautiful, 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 beautiful breakout of this downtrend. Beautiful, beautiful. Like look at it. Push straight up. Crazy. Monthly. And we've been calling it for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Monthly, monthly, monthly. Beautiful. Uh this monthly look like we gonna close green. Look like we finna close bullish. Um when they do close bullish, we're what? Expecting this high to come get taken. We're expecting this high of 517.19. Now, that's the thing. It can take that high, but is it gonna close past that high is the question. So if it take this high, me personally for CrowdStrike, what I would love to see is us go on here and take this high before the end of this month. Just so I can know if we finna close past or not close past. By us, if we just sit here and close like this or just close green in general, it's gonna kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I do still expect this high to get taken, but dang, it's probably gonna do it within like the first week or two of that month. And now I gotta sit here and try to figure out if it's gonna close past. And I got 2 more weeks left on on the month. You know what I'm saying? Versus if it go ahead and hit it with this September monthly, then I can already know we only got a couple more days left in September. I already can know if we're gonna close past or not. But I definitely do expect us to come up here at 517. Unless it's somehow trying to consolidate. Like if it just sit there and just turn red or something. That's the only other way I don't. So I'm either thinking consolidate or take the high. Um, but right now we're in the uptrend. We got higher high, higher low, higher high. This potentially the new higher low. Okay. Weekly, weekly, weekly. Bullish. Just made a higher high. Broke these highs. Broke this high. Closed past the high. We should be aiming for this next high right here. Which is that same level, that 517.98. We close past it. That should be our continuation signal. We don't got no fair value gaps on the weekly, so like I said, it should come straight up to them highs. Daily, 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 daily. Of course, the daily bullish. We just closed past this previous high here. Um, do we got? Yes, we are in a fair value gap. Okay, so you gotta be careful here. You gotta be careful, y'all. We sitting in this fair value gap. We gotta see if we can break out of it. Got this fair value gap. Can we break out? Oh, we already tapped the top and failed to close out. I see that. We already tapped the top and failed to close out. Be careful. One red candle gonna bring us all the way back down now. We still probably come all the way down, but one red candle definitely gonna bring us back to the bottom of the gap. 100%. Um, but since it is green, hey, we still can be good. It can still come back up and try to break out again. Okay? Still can come back up. Target, like we said, was at 517.98. That's what we aiming for. Level to not beat. Can't be level first. It's always really this ain't even the true one. This one is just one we don't want to see the beat. So that's pink. This a pink line. This ain't even a true one yet, just because it gotta go take that high. The true low is all the way. Dang, the true low is all the way down here. It's the true low. 298 flat. And y'all, I'm gonna give y'all pointers right here. For y'all to notice it, look at the true low. Look how far the true low is. We at 500. The true low is all the way at 298. What that tells us and what that gives the market opportunity to do, that gives the market opportunity to just have some crazy months coming where it can just drop super far, 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 far and still stay bullish. It's still bullish. We can literally see a whole bunch of drop, 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 drop. Drop, drop, drop. As long as it don't close below 298, still bullish. So, of course, short term it'd be bearish, but overall structure, this that main true low to keep keep the market structure. So literally, it just gives the market a lot of range to just out of nowhere just drop real fast on us. So always gotta be careful. Always gotta be careful when you see that big old range. You see that? Big old range. Because these pink lines that I be giving y'all, these are levels we don't want it to beat, but it still can beat those levels and still stay bullish overall in the market structure. So the red levels is, hey, it break this is not bullish, it's bearish. Okay, that's what the difference between my solid red and my pink levels. All right, we got some more levels we don't want to see go below, which is right here at 420.63. All right, why that pink? Okay. And me personally, usually when this gap up, I'll be saying I don't want it to go below the bottom of this gap to account. But you ain't gotta do that. You just mark out the gap. Okay. All right. For the daily potential entries, uh, really the only entry you got right now is say we come to the bottom of the daily gap. If it failed to close below, you can get back in the longs, take it back up to this 506. If we can break above and close above, you can hold your trade. Go ahead and go up to that 517. Another potential entry if we break above, retest, take it up to 517. So we close above 506, retest it, we take it up to 517. A B plus trade, if it just straight close above without no retest, but it just closed above the previous candle high and close above this gap, you can just take a long and be aiming for that 517. That's a B plus trade. The other two trades I told you I was A plus trade. That's a B plus trade. Another good trade entry is if we somehow break below this gap, probably retest and go short, you can take the shorts if you want to take the shorts. But me, I'm taking only longs. Take the shorts down to this fair value gap. I mean this regular gap. And then that's where you can be looking to go long. Once we get down here to this 462.12 level, you can be looking to go back long, potentially to come back all the way back up to these highs. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. A lot of these charts look like they got some nice setups. I ain't gonna lie. The only thing is a lot of these charts are already close to their targets. And like I said, we could just push straight up to take them targets out. And then now everybody got to see, hey, if we gonna close above to keep going, or is we gonna close below and come consolidate or drop? All right. So don't be surprised if Monday we just shoot straight up and they hurry up and try to take the targets out just to scare people because the market will do that. It just gonna take them targets out. So we won't know what's gonna happen. And then now we be taking risk on for Tuesday when Powell speak. So don't be it could come like Monday or Tuesday morning, we could see all that stuff get just taken out real quick. Okay. Uh so yeah. The crowd strike, we are bullish. It's a big range though. That's the only thing. For crowd strike, you gonna have to go down to that hourly to get your trades. Just because these lows are way too far down. Like that's too big of a stop loss. You have to go on the hourly and use hourly lows for your stop losses. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it for tonight. Let me see. Let me pull up the micron. I don't know what the initials. I'm just gonna type it in. Let's pull up the micron before we get off and see what we see on there. Really. See what we see for micron. I think this is it. MU. I think this is it. I don't know if Nate's still in here. I think this is it. MU. You gonna click on it. Let's just check out the micron. See what we expect for micron, and then we can call it for today. Okay, micron 162. Okay. Micron. I ain't gonna lie, this mug went crazy this month. Golly. 114 to 160? Eee. Yeah, that mug went crazy this month. Um, on the monthly, looking at the monthly, what we see? Uptrend. We got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is a high low because we just made this higher high. So it just solidified this low. So monthly, boom, we got that higher high. We in the middle of the higher high. We just broke out, which is good. I ain't gonna lie. This potentially can be some nice money on Micron, y'all. If y'all see this, this is the base. This is the base. We just broke out. One or two things gonna happen. Either we finna expand, and we should push up probably up to the like 180s, 190s, around there. Yeah, 180, 190s. It really can keep going a little bit more. It really could be coming up to like that 200 level. But I'm just gonna play it say 180, 190s. If we can see that expansion up to 180s, 190s, or say if earnings somehow come out bad and we see us come back below this what's that, 157, 157.54. If we see us come back below it and this monthly candle fail to close above, we can see it push right back into down into this range, y'all. Easily come back down to like 100. All right. I'm gonna say if it closes below, it can easily come down to this 120. I'm gonna say 130 area. We fail to close above on this monthly, easily come back down to 130. If we close past this monthly, easily can get up to 180, 190, possibly at 200 easily. Like I said, y'all see this that base. This is where our higher low. We just solidified this higher low when we made this higher high. Just solidified that higher low. So basically, this that consolidation area. This supposed to be the expansion if we want to keep this uptrend. Okay. Okay. Appreciate it. Nate said this is it, but this look nice. I ain't gonna lie. It got potential either way. But right now you got to stay with the bulls just because it's bullish. All right. But it got potential either way. If we can close below 157.54, then okay, you possibly look for some shorts to go to 130. If we close above that 157.54, I'm expecting it at first come back to these highs at 170. And then next, I'm telling you, I'm looking for that 180, 190, possibly that 200 level. You definitely can swing this if it close above this 157. You definitely can swing it for like I say at least 2 months. You get some money out of it, at least to take it to them highs, and possibly take it up to that 180 to 190 range, and then you can take it out if you want. But monthly looking bullish right now. I'm gonna tell y'all that monthly is looking bullish. Okay. Main thing is can we close above this 157 for the monthly? Uh, weekly. Check the weekly out. Dang, that mother looking nice though. I ain't gonna lie for us. Hey, Nate, you put me on with that micron. I ain't gonna lie, Nate. Uh, it definitely looking nice. Um, weekly, we just broke and took this high. We closed past it. But technically, it look like we closed past it 2 weeks ago. Oh no, was it just this week? What's this high? 157.54. What was this close? 158. Hold up, 150. No, that's the high. This close 157.23. What this high was? 157. Nah, so we just closed above it just now. Okay. So we've got our first close past it. Now, I do say this on the weekly, we do got a big wick. It ain't huge, but we do got this wick right here on this weekly candle. I do still expect the market to open up and go up on MU. But the thing is, since this wick is right here, this showing what resistance. It can come up, but the thing is, we got to see if this weekly gonna close in or close above this wick. Because if this weekly come up and fail to close inside or above this wick of this previous candle, this previous week, and we somehow close below, and we expecting that drop. Okay, we expecting that drop. As long as it can close inside or close above, then it's still showing, hey, potentially keep moving up. Okay. But like I said, since it closed past this week, its previous week high, I do expect us to go inside it. We do expect us to go inside it. Because this is signs for a continuation. Signs for continuation. Okay. Now let's go to the daily. This is where we finna start marking it up, y'all. Y'all know daily where we mark up. Daily, daily, daily. And actually, let's go back to that weekly. We're gonna kind of do it. I forgot what chart that was we did for that weekly. We're gonna do it the same way for the weekly. We're gonna put this range right here because this is important for us. We must close inside or above for us to stay going long, okay? Must close inside or above this range for us to still stay going long. Like, it still can be long if it close green, somehow close green and below it. But I'm thinking it's gonna consolidate, then potentially try to go up. But for us to keep this strong momentum, we must close above 162.73. Must close above there for this week. Alright. Let me put this. That's gonna show it on the top, ain't it, y'all? Well then I just put a purple line. We're just gonna put a purple line. Cause I want the words to be must be close above here. I think we did that thing on the video. Weekly must close above bull. Alright. That's what we looking for on MU line. Let's go to this daily and mark it. Okay? Daily, daily, daily. Of course, like we said, we in the uptrend. That's easy to see. We got higher high, higher low, higher high. This potentially be the higher low. So let's mark out the previous low that we got. We don't want to see the market go below 138.34. We can't mark this up until we can see a green candle first. So once we see our first green daily candle, then we can mark it up with a pink line. Right now, since it ain't no green candle, it can easily just keep coming down right now. Okay. Target. Target is, of course, is 170.45. That's what we aiming for first. And do we see any fair value gaps or regular gaps? Yes, we do. We got our protection right here. We got our regular gap. Mark that out. Market come down and bounce here. Then we got one gap right here. Market come here, and we can see that bounce to go higher, which we currently is at this gap right now. So we kind of wanted to see a green candle break out. The green candle very well can push us straight up to the high without no retest, or we can see the green candle and potentially get that retest, then go higher. Okay. So on the daily, those are two entries. Either break and retest here. You see break and retest here to go higher. Either market drops. It can drop down, come down to this 147 area. Retest and then go higher. I messed that drawing all the way up. But retest and go higher. Or like we said, the market very well can soon as it get its first green, we don't even get no retest. You just come up here and take this high, then we just looking for this can be the B plus trade. If it close green candle close above this high, you take them loans and just hold them loans, set your stop loss at the bottom of this low. Or if it break above, get that retest, then you get in them loans, set your stop loss at the lowest point on that retest. Okay? But definitely bullish on MU. Like I said, that monthly, I very well can see us going to the 180s and stuff, 180, 190s, if we can close above this high over here. All right. What it was, 157. What it was, 157.54. We can close above there. I definitely see us going up to the 180, 190 range, possibly 200 within like 2 months. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. We gonna call it tonight, and we possibly gonna get another. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow. We might do it on Tuesday. But we gonna see. We gonna see. But yeah, y'all have a good trading week this week. And like I told y'all, we are going to start doing. I can't do the live trades right now, y'all, because it's just too lagging. But I probably gonna try to do like if I can record them, me trading live. I'm gonna try to record them. I'm gonna see if it start lagging. If it not lagging, we definitely gonna just show y'all. We gonna have one of these futures accounts as our basically YouTube account, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. But it's just being transparent where y'all seeing, okay, these are trades we took, this how much we done made, all that. This is the YouTube portion account, I guess. I don't know how you want to call it. Alright. We gonna start it this week though. We definitely gonna start this week. Like I told y'all, I don't know if I want to go buy another top step account. Do I want to go top to take profit trader? Do I want to just use my Apex account? I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but I know we going to start it this week. Okay? So y'all be on the lookout for that. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Your boy Keith is out. And peace. Trade good this week, man. Y'all be careful with all this news. Be careful.